All right. Hello and welcome, everybody. I'm so glad that you're taking the time to check this video out and learn a little bit more about optimizing your results and kind of get oriented to the whole Plexus deal. So my name is actually Sonia Gilson. It says Brooke Hemingway here, but I'm just using her account for this particular Zoom. I'm a family nurse practitioner. I live in rural Montana. My friends Tennille and Phyllis are also going to talk with us today, so I'm really excited to hear from them. We're going to do our best to keep this at about a half an hour. There's a chat box that is available to you. If you have questions, you can type them in the chat, and then at the end, we'll talk about any questions that you have as well. So again, so excited that you are here with us. If you're here, it means that you have ordered products or maybe you already started using products. So that is awesome. I have been using these products for about 4.5 years now. I'm a family nurse practitioner and I just didn't feel good. And my patients would come in and say, gosh, I just don't feel good. And I really didn't have very much sympathy for them because I was like, I don't feel good either. My friends don't feel good. I don't know what to tell you because nobody feels good. And I just didn't have the answers for them. So I was following my friend Brooke's post on social media, and I finally thought, why not give this a try? What's it going to hurt? And within about a month, I knew that things were better for me. And I honestly didn't think that there was an answer. I just thought I was getting older. I was tired. My digestion wasn't good. I wasn't sleeping well. But again, that's what all my friends were doing too. So I just thought that that was a normal part of getting older. It's not, or it doesn't have to be. So I started using the Triplex, which I'll talk about. It's our most common combination of products to use. It's our Slim, ProBio 5, and BioCleanse. And I didn't notice anything amazing and drastic. I noticed about a month in looking back that I hadn't taken anything to help me sleep in a whole month. And I had been taking over-the-counter medicine a couple nights a week to help me fall asleep and to help me stay asleep. I also was waking up in the morning feeling refreshed, which happens when you're sleeping well. And that's not something that I was experiencing before. I had energy throughout the whole day, excuse me. And I wasn't going for my mid-afternoon chocolate and Diet Coke. That was kind of my crutch, my trick to get through the afternoon when I was working at the clinic. I just didn't feel like I needed it because I had energy throughout the day. And that's when I knew something was different about these products, that they were changing something in me. So I started talking to my friends and family pretty quickly about that because I wanted them all on board because they were all feeling crappy like me and I wanted them to feel better. Since then, I don't have to take medicine for seasonal allergies anymore. I used to do that about every other day in the spring and in the fall. My digestion is a ton better. I have better moods, still have great energy. I just feel better. My cravings are different. I don't crave sweets. I'm sure I'm missing things. My skin is a lot better. And I've met some really amazing people. So that is kind of my experience. And then I'm just going to quick talk to you about the Triplex combo that most people start on. If you started on a different combination of products, definitely keep in contact with your sponsor about how to use them. But the first product is Slim, which is our blood sugar balancing drink. There's two different kinds. One's a little bit bigger. That's the hunger control one, but they both work very similarly. You're going to open up one of these packages, mix it in 12 to 20 or so ounces of water, and drink it down about a half an hour before you have breakfast in the morning. And that's going to help so your blood sugar is balanced throughout the day. It doesn't really have caffeine in it, about as much as a chocolate chip cookie, so it's not going to give you a caffeine buzz. If you forget to take it in the morning, you can take it in later in the day, and most people do just fine with that. You can take 2 of them in a day if you want to, and that will just benefit your blood sugars and cravings as well. And then the next product that we can take along with the Slim in the morning is the BioCleanse. It's not a scary, you can't leave your house BioCleanse type product. It's a gentle daily cleanse that just helps you eliminate regularly. We all should be having bowel movements 2 to 3 times a day. I had a patient tell me at the clinic that she was regular and she had a bowel movement once a week. That's not right. That's it's not good. You should be eating food and you should be digesting food, and some of that food should be eliminated as in and out as the day goes on. So most people do okay with starting one in the morning and one in the evening. Talk to your sponsor about if you need to start a little bit more with that. If you're a more constipated person, you might just need to start with more. And that you can take with your Slim in the morning for one, and then in the evening before you go to bed or before supper for the other one. The other product that's in the triplex is the ProBio 5, which is our awesome probiotic. It also has digestive enzymes, so it helps to get rid of the bad bacteria so that there's room for that good bacteria to grow and flourish. Most people will start with one of these before bed on an empty stomach and increase to 2 after a week or so. Some people will have to go up to 3 or 4 to feel their best. That's going to help more if you're having a lot of sugar cravings. So that's something to keep in mind. But again, keep in close contact with your sponsor about that. And then I really encourage you to stay super consistent. If you need to put some of your products by your toothbrush, so you remember to take them in the morning or the evening, by your coffee pot, whatever that trigger is that will help you be consistent, put a note on your phone. But taking them every day is going to give you the very best results. One thing that's super frustrating for me is when people say, well, I didn't feel anything. And it turns out they've used their products 5 days out of the last 2 weeks. Like, well, of course you didn't feel anything because you didn't take the products. You can't expect them to do anything if you're not using them. So please, please, please be consistent. Another thing to do is to make sure you're getting your water. All of our body processes need water. And so our goal is always about half of your body weight in ounces of water up to your whole body weight in ounces of water. But if you're not a water drinker, shoot for that half your body weight in ounces. So basically, if you weigh 100 pounds, you're going to want to shoot for 50 ounces of water every single day. Have a big glass first thing in the morning, have a big glass before each meal, and that's going to be a bulk of your water. It's not something, hopefully that will be a huge challenge for you, but I know it is for some people. And then just try to commit to another healthy habit as you get started, whether that's adding a serving or 2 of vegetables every day, eliminating a food that you know isn't good for you. If you're an ice cream eater, your cravings are going to change anyway, but really work on like, maybe I just don't need that bowl of ice cream after dinner, or maybe I can have 1 scoop instead of 3, like something, to make an effort to eat healthier. And then move for 20 minutes every day. Tennille's going to talk a little bit about detox, and the way that we get rid of toxins in our body is by pooping, peeing, and sweating. So moving your body is really going to be helpful for you for many different reasons, but one of them is going to be getting rid of your toxins. And the final thing I'm going to talk about right now is our awesome Perks program. I don't know if the person who signed you up talked about that, but we have something called Plexus Perks that started at the end of 2019, and a lot of people who use the product still don't really know about this. It's a program, just like a lot of other programs you can get at stores, where you buy things on a regular basis and you get points that you can use towards free products. So when you bought your welcome pack, you got 250 Perks credits. And then every time you have a subscription go through of 100 PV, and talk to your sponsor about what that means, it's a triplex or a group of products, will equal 100 PV. You will get another 100 credits or more depending on what your order is. Once you get over about 310 credits, you can actually turn those in with your next subscription for a whole bottle of free product, which is awesome. If you turn your subscription off, you have 3 days to turn it back on again before those Perks credits just go away. Actually, I had somebody on my team who lost 1,900 credits. I reached out to her and she just, and that's about $190, you guys. Phyllis and Tennille are both like crying like I was, because I felt terrible, but I reached out to her. She just wasn't in a place where she could do it and didn't get back to it. And yeah, it's just what happens. So if you are not maybe needing a full bottle of BioCleanse 1 month, then substitute something else in. Try the X-Vector multivitamin, try Ease, try a different product that month, because then you'll keep accruing those free credits where you can get a free product after a couple months. So super exciting program. You can always adjust that subscription and keep your credits. So I'm going to turn the time over to Tennille, and she's going to talk to us for a little bit here too.
Hi, I'm Tennille. I live in Grantsville, Utah with my husband and our 10-year-old. And I started Plexus about 4.5 years ago. I knew nothing about gut health or supplementation or really anything nutrition-wise. I went to culinary school, so I had no background in any of this. And I started just to lose weight. I thought that if I could lose weight, that all of the other problems would go away. I wouldn't feel exhausted anymore. I wouldn't have to have my Dr. Pepper and my chocolate to make it to nap time, so that when my daughter took a nap, I took a nap. And I thought that it would make everything better. So I started the products, and about 2 weeks in, my husband went to our daughter, who was 5 at the time, and said, "How's mommy doing?" And she said, "Mommy's a happy mommy now," and kind of walked away. And I didn't know whether to laugh or cry, because I didn't realize how much my poor health had been affecting her. And the longer I was on the products, I started to feel weird, in a good way, but weird, because suddenly everything was light. It wasn't heavy. It didn't feel dark. I didn't wake up and think, oh, I just don't want to wake up. And I went to my doctor and said, I don't understand what's going on. I'm really confused. And she started asking questions and digging into my history. And we came to the conclusion that I had been battling with severe depression and anxiety for about 25 years. But because it started when I was 6, I had no frame of reference for it being different or bad or anything like that. And it was gone. So it was a 180 that my life switched. I didn't have heartburn anymore. I didn't have chronic headaches. I didn't have to take a nap. I didn't need soda. I didn't need any of those things. And all of that happened before the weight loss happened, because my body was so tight and holding on to everything because I was struggling so much. I was up over 300 pounds when I started 4.5 years ago. I don't know how far over, because I quit weighing at 300. I just couldn't do it anymore. So I've lost somewhere between 65 and 75 pounds in the 4.5 years. So if that's what you're going for, I promise it will happen if you stay consistent. But it does take some effort. And there are those other things that you may find first. The little things, more energy, less sugar cravings, less anxiety, less depression, those things. Sometimes you have to take care of those before the weight can come off. But as you're going through the process, she mentioned die-off, which some people go through, some people don't. For some, it's a little bit harder. For others, it's like, oh, I was a little tired one day, but I'm good now. And it can go from, oh, I was just more tired than normal, to I had headaches and they were bad. And it's all about balancing. And it really is a good sign when you start to go through and experience those symptoms, because it means the products are working, which is exactly what you want. And you just need to keep in contact with your friend that brought Plexus to you, because they're going to be like, oh, you have headaches? Well, let's try this. And they can help you through those symptoms. It's nothing to be afraid of or be like, oh my gosh, it's not good, it's not working, it's bad, it's bad, it's bad. It's not. It's really, really beneficial. Just keep the liquids going. Make sure you're getting your water. Make sure you're exercising and getting those toxins out, because the faster you can get the toxins out, the sooner you'll start to feel that amazing health that you're going for in whatever system it is. And you'll start to think of things that you could add in to your regimen. Like she mentioned, try the X Factor, or maybe you have your family start. My husband started after I did. And my daughter now takes the products as well. She does the kids microbiome. It's kind of like the Slim, but a mini version for the little guys. And you just mix it in about 4 ounces of water. She drinks it in the morning before school. And it has things like lutein and choline and DHA that are good for brain health. And it has prebiotic fibers that are going to feed the good bacteria in her gut that you can give her with the X Factor Kids. So this is fully methylated and bioavailable. You can absorb it. It's really easy for kids. They just chew one and it's good to go. Free of all the stuff that you don't want your kids to have extra, the sugars and the artificial flavorings and colorings. And those things give them the boost that they need to do everything that they need to do. And then we always have our Joyome products. I don't have my skincare. I forgot to grab it. Oh, she has it. Yay, Phyllis has it. The Joyome. It is the easiest skincare system ever. When I started Plexus, I had horrid cystic acne and it never went away. And I started this 2-step process. I washed my face with my normal face wash, put on morning cream, put on my makeup, go about my day. At night, I wash my face again, put on the night cream, and it is night and day. Helps all the signs of aging. It helps with moisture retention and all of those things that your skin really, really needs. And then if you add in our collagen, this is so simple. It's just a powder. It's tasteless, it's colorless. You mix it in and it gives you all of the collagen, one and 2 type collagens, all of those things that your body has a hard time producing after you turn 30. So when you turn 30, you start to lose that ability to produce it on your own. And this helps with all of those things. And it's completely clean. We don't have any of the chemicals or additives or preservatives or any of those things that you see in other products. And I love all of them, and they just do so many great things. I really, if you open my pantry, it's like Plexus. It's really fun when people come over. But I think that's everything I was going to talk about. So back to.
Awesome. Thank you so much. So I'm just going to go through super fast some of the other products that you may have and quickly how to use them. So we have, Danielle talked about the X Factor Kids, and I kind of quickly talked about the X Factor. This is a multivitamin. There's a original X Factor and an X Factor Plus. There's a little bit difference as far as the ingredients. The X Factor Plus, you're going to take 2 capsules with a meal. Some people can be a little bit sensitive to that, so you might want to just start 1 with a meal, maybe 1 with breakfast and 1 with lunch, kind of ease into things. And those are best with a meal. The original X Factor is actually best taken on an empty stomach and is a little bit gentler on the stomach. So if you're a person who maybe does get an upset stomach with the X Factor Plus and it doesn't go away after a couple, days or weeks trying it out, you might want to just transition into the original X Factor. And that's also methylated, has aloe, so it's great for digestion, and it's just super awesome. Best multivitamin out there for sure. Mega X is our plant-based omega product. This has the complete omega profile, and it comes from the ahi flower. So it's typically 2 capsules before bed. Omegas are really good for heart health. They don't have that fishy smell because there's no fish in them. It's a plant-based omega, and typically 2 before bed. Heart health, sleep also. And Phyllis said X Factor Plus helped with her hot flashes. There's actually, when they did the research, there's ingredients in it that help with hot flashes. So that's awesome. Vital Biome is our other probiotic blend. This one is clinically indicated to increase your happiness. Really good for digestion and really good for mental health, both. I have several friends who have struggled a lot with anxiousness, and this has made a huge, huge difference for them. 1 capsule first thing in the morning, empty stomach is the best way to take that without anything else right away, but just some water in that. Yes, it is. It's a lot of people call it their happy pill. It's fantastic. And then Ease, we could talk for half an hour just about this. Has some ingredients like turmeric that help to decrease inflammation. has some serrapeptase, which help to break down scar tissue. Really good for aches and pains. People use this a lot instead of something like ibuprofen or other anti-inflammatory medications. Yep, and she's using that to help her with her headache. And some people use it on a daily basis to help decrease inflammation and puffiness, just puffiness in their body. So I take 2 before I go to bed every night. Best on an empty stomach. And then for weight loss, one of the products that we have is called MetaBurn. This has some mood boosting ingredients that help to increase your metabolism and give you a little bit more energy. There is some caffeine in this one, so you're gonna wanna definitely take it in the morning. Some people do better with it on an empty stomach. If you get heartburn when you take this, make sure you take it with a full glass of water. And if you get heartburn with it, take it with food, and that will work better for you. So some people have experienced that, including me. Balance is another one of our newer products that helps to with weight loss and weight management. This has some great ingredients for blood sugar balance. And my story about this is I was taking it last fall, winter, and when I was baking Christmas cookies, you know, I don't have sugar cravings for the most part, but you're making Christmas cookies, like I'm gonna eat the Christmas cookies, right? Like they're right there. It was all that I could do to eat like 1 cookie out of each batch to make sure that it was good enough to give to people, because I just didn't want the sugar, which is not really my MO typically. So that's balance. You can take it a couple different ways. On the bottle, it says to take 2 before like your biggest meal of the day or the meal with the most carbohydrates. I had a really hard time remembering that. So what I was doing is taking 1 first thing in the morning and 1 before you go to bed. So that's an idea of how to take it if you're not a good remember like I. And then Active is probably one of my favorite products at this point. This also has a little bit of caffeine in it. It's a peach mango flavor. It is Plexus's answer to an energy drink. It has some great vitamins, a little bit of caffeine again. So if you're caffeine sensitive, you want to be careful of combining all of these things. Tastes really good, gives you a good concentration, excellent energy for exercise, excellent recovery for exercise, increases the nitric oxide production, which is really good for your muscles, and good for your vessels as well. So with that, I'm going to turn the time over to Phyllis.
Thanks, Sonia. Okay, so I'm Phyllis Anderson. I'm an emergency room nurse of over 21 years. And I started taking these Plexus products 3 years ago when I was kind of in a spot of desperation. I think a lot of people say yes to Plexus because they're like, dude, I've tried everything else. Like, I don't care what you got. But my passion now is to just introduce it to people and get you going before you get to that place of desperation, because you know, it's harder to chase after a problem than it is to just prevent it in the first place. So at 48 years old, I'm 51 now, I had been in menopause for 7 years. So I had gone to my gynecologist's office and I was like, hey, I'm gaining this weight. I'm running marathons. I'm cross training at the gym. I'm sad and anxious. Where's this coming from? Because that's not Phyllis. I was having chronic infections, urinary tract infections, which in the ER, we see that all day long. But like, no offense, but I call it like the old lady problem, because old ladies have UTIs all the time. Now I know it's because probably you're really constipated all the time. That was me before Plexus, gassy, bloated, constipated, with IBS on the other side, because it was like good clean out, constipated for days. And that was my cycle. If I was running every day, I could say, oh, you know, what I thought was regular was not enough. And so, like Sonia said, 1 time a week is not normal. 2 to 3 times a day is normal. And so we're here to talk a little bit about poop, because we're talking gut health here and digestion. So for me, oh my goodness, like talk about nice flat tummy that just felt good. My mood, my anxiety, my sadness, like just went away, because 90% of our serotonin is made in our gut. Melatonin, I used to blame the tossing and turning at night on the pillow and my mattress, right? That was not the problem. The problem was my gut was not producing the melatonin it's supposed to produce, and 90% of that is made in our gut too. So the chronic yeast infections, sinus infections, and canker sores I had in my mouth, I thought that was all normal or just part of my story. I'm so happy to tell you that within 6 months, a year, all of those infections were gone completely and have not returned. So when I talk about my passion for this product, like I just want to shout it from the rooftops, because I'm like, hey, you don't have to be pouring antibiotics, antifungals, all those things in your body when you're getting some beautiful plant-based products and probiotics that help degrade those nasty like shells that are protecting all those bugs and parasites and viruses and things that are in your body. We got to get them out. Our products work. And I'm here to just shout it from the rooftops with these ladies here that have presented tonight. There's so much more to my story, but people will be like, really? Are you serious? No, I'm serious. It's like migraines, restless legs. My husband had sleep apnea. My son had cystic acne. Like our family is looking good these days. So time consistency is key. We can't say that enough. Taking it every single day is really important. And then the other thing I did when I started my products was I was told, hey, we have this incredible referral program. If you get 3 people to join you right now, you can get your products paid for. And I was like, well, shoot. I mean, I'm a nurse. My husband's a fireman. We make plenty of money, but I didn't want to have to pay for my products, right? Now, maybe you're a person who's like, I don't make enough money and I can't afford these products. Well, yes, you can, because all you need to do is tell someone about it. Everyone needs an accountability partner. It's like going to the gym by yourself. Going to the gym with a friend is way more fun, and you're probably going to actually hit your goals a lot faster because you have a friend with you to do it. Same thing with Plexus. And the other thing is I joined with my sister-in-law. She's the one that I called to say, hey, I'm desperate. We literally started taking our products the same day, and we signed 3 people up before we ever got our products in the mail. And what that did for us was it allowed us to use these products for free. And I've never, ever paid for my products since. And what else I found was it was my mother-in-law, my best friend. Those were the 2 people I literally shot out the door, went to their house, made a phone call, had 3 people, again, before I got my products. They are still with me today, those 3 people. And that's really cool, 3 years later. After that, it was just like explosion. I posted on social media. I couldn't stop talking about it. My hot flashes were gone. Like, what? Not sweating and, major sweat tacos when I was out to dinner with people. Like, it was really embarrassing. So I was finding that I was just not wanting to go out with people anymore. That is not me. I'm extrovert times 10. Like, I want to be with people, lots of people. So anyway, so yeah, getting those people was amazing. So right now, just 3 people with Plexus, like 3 of your friends joining you is going to earn you, well, gosh, if you're just getting started, you're going to end up with $400 is what you're going to end up with for just 3 people, if it's been within the first 30 days of you joining Plexus. Now, say you've been doing this a while and you get 3 people this month, you're still going to earn a $100 bonus for 3 people. Plexus is giving an extra $100 bonus for 3 people. And you're going to make about $40 in what we call commissions for the starter packs that your friends will purchase. So we're talking like $320 for just getting 3 people. So I encourage you, because you will change a life. You will change a life. I have changed numerous lives. And when I hear their stories, it's like listening to Tennille, Sonia, like it just humbles me. It like brings me to the ground, like, the things that people report. So gosh, let me see if I'm missing anything else. We have, okay, if you're saying I'm not a person that wants to share and I'm not talking about it till I have results, shame on you. Don't wait. My sister-in-law had 0 weight to lose. If I was waiting to watch her lose weight, I'd have been waiting forever. What she did was she put on healthy weight. Her anxiety, her depression, gone. She used to say she'd work out like crazy to burn the crazy. So our stories were completely different. My story does not speak to her because she's not in my age group either. So we all have these beautiful testimonies. You can easily search for them in Facebook, YouTube, talk to the friend that brought you here. We can provide a testimony for any of your friends or family that you're like, I know this could help them, but I'm not quite sure how to express that. Talk to their person. We have the ways, we have the support, we have places to plug you in. Tomorrow night, our team is doing like, what about the business call? So if you're like, I'm kind of curious, maybe I'll just show up and see. You should just listen. It doesn't hurt to listen to what about the business. And then every week we do the products like we are listening to tonight, like you're already a member. Great. Just plug your friend in there. We're going to help support them. We also have for potentials a night of the week where you're just bringing someone just to hear a little bit more about the products because you're new and you don't know what to say. Let us do the work for you. Like that's what we're here for. You'll love it. We're all sideline sisters. Like my business doesn't benefit Sonia and it doesn't benefit Tennille. Neither do theirs benefit me. But we're here just to like share the stories, like share the wealth because we're here to just make a difference in people's lives. And anyway, just, yeah, love you guys all and can't wait to hear your testimonies down the road.
Yes, definitely. Thank you so much, Phyllis. So another thing, just as far as asking people to maybe try this with you, another reason to do that now is that our yearly enrollment fee is usually $39.95 and it's discounted to $9.95 right now. So they're going to save $30. And that's just like the Costco membership. You guys have signed up, so you guys probably know that. It just gets you the best prices for a full year. So you're going to save them $30 off the top. In addition to the savings from the welcome packs, there's some discount codes, lots of good deals going around right now. So save your friends some money. Don't wait until you have results. They're going to probably pay more money and then they're going to like be behind you. So they're going to be sad. So ask them now, invite them to learn a little bit more. You don't have to be an expert. That's another thing. You don't have to be in healthcare to talk about this stuff. You just have to understand that this is going to work a little differently for everybody. And it's not necessarily going to help the top problem on your list first. Like Tennille said, she wanted to lose weight, but she found that several other things happened before that weight came off. And we're all a work in progress, and it's kind of like layers of an onion. Couple months, something happens, couple more months, something else happens, and you're like, hey, my arms don't fall asleep when I'm sleeping anymore. I don't wake up with my arms numb. That's new. This is good. So I'm just going to stop the recording. I appreciate everybody coming. And then if you guys have any questions, we will answer questions.